I swear there was a guy that was yelling my name.
Alright, hello everybody. We are In-Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing The Man of Steel. We got Jor-El and Kal-El over here.
Kal-El.
Kal-El. So Kal-El, what'd you think? Yes, I freaking liked it. I don't know about you, but I was digging it.
I liked it. Yeah. Of course.
I mean, it was no movie of the year, Jake Smith.
No smoothie of the year.
But it was good. I liked it. It was definitely, hands down, the best Superman movie ever made so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that that's too much of a compliment, because there hasn't been a lot of good ones.
Especially with
there hasn't been any good ones. I mean, it's a matter of opinion.
Well, you know what? I did like the last one, and then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, maybe the last one wasn't really all that great.
Yeah. Anyways,
Man of Steel was
plot.
pretty good. Well, what was the plot? I mean, the plot was everything you saw in the trailer.
If you haven't seen the trailer, it's about a planet called Krypton.
Yeah, Krypton.
Planet's dying. Jor-El and Laurel, the parents, have the first live birth in centuries, and that is, what is his name again? Kal-El? Kal-El, who's Superman. Clark Kent. And so, yeah, they basically have a kid, and they're like, hope and all this stuff. We need to send him off to a better life, which is consisting of not dying on the planet and not possibly getting killed or whatever by General Zod, who's wanting to just kill everything and lead people into the wrong way. Anyways, and then they take what was that artifact thing? I didn't get that either.
The Codex?
Yeah, the Codex. So Jor-El takes that and puts the Codex inside of Kal-El, Superman, and then sends him off to Earth, which they think is going to be a safe planet where he can prosper and help them out, and they can help him out, and he can live an awesome life, which doesn't consist of... So he can live, basically. And then he puts a Codex inside Superman, so that way General Zod doesn't get it and do bad things with it. So they send him off, and then he goes off where crash lands on a farm, and then the people on the farm are... Kevin Costner. I don't remember what his real name was what his name was in the movie. Something the Kents.
Yeah,
I don't remember the first name, but it doesn't matter. Whatever. The Kent family, Jonathan Kent, which is Kevin Costner, who did a good job in it. He wasn't in it very much, but I love Kevin Costner. And then I wish I could remember the actress's name. Diane Lane. That's her name. Diane Lane plays whoever else. Mom Lane. Or Mom Kent.
Is her name Martha Kent?
Martha Kent, yeah. I think
that's what her name is.
They adopt him. They're really good, all-American people. They instill a lot of good stuff into him. So he grows up to be a good guy. But they know he has, on Earth, the Kryptonians have power because they live under our sun, which gives them actually powers because their body drinks up the radiation. And then the family knows he's an alien, so they try to keep it under wraps by not letting him use his powers for any reason until they know that the world's ready, which apparently Kevin Costner thinks is going to be...
Never.
Yeah, never, almost. So it's good. That's pretty much the gist of it. And then, General Zod...
Well, General Zod gets sent to the Phantom Zone, and then he ends up breaking out, and he tries to find Clark Kent.
Because Clark Kent has the Codex inside of him. Or they think he has the whereabouts of the Codex, but they don't know that it's inside of him. So they find him, and then he's, he's still staying hidden and not showing his superpowers and stuff. And so they come to Earth, and they're like, we need Clark Kent, or, you guys are all going to die, give him up. And Clark Kent, doesn't know if he should trust him, but he also knows he doesn't think he can trust humans either. And so that's pretty much the gist. And there's also awesome superpowers and fights and stuff like that. So that's the plot. The acting was great. I loved the acting. I didn't think there was really anyone who I stood out and I was like, ugh, you're acting gross. I loved it all. I loved all families. It was all pretty good. One thing I'll say about it that I did hear from a lot of other reviews is that you get kind of lost in like the first hour and a half, where it's like switching back and forth between when he's a kid, when he's older, when he's a kid, when he's older. And I kept up with it at first. I was like, I don't see what they're talking about. And then kind of when it hit the hour mark, I'm like, okay, wait, what? What's kind of going on? I don't know if you got the same feeling. No,
not really.
I got a little bit of it. It wasn't a movie ruiner at all. No, but it's just like
I felt like it was kind of rushed though. The beginning.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just felt like all of a sudden he had a suit, and then he like put it on, and he was Superman.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, I don't know. I felt like I liked the movie, but it was weird.
Yeah, there's some parts of it that were weird. It was like, it was a good movie, but it wasn't a good movie in the sense like it wasn't an amazing movie. Like nothing was Superman about it. Nothing stood out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing was like with Dark Knight. You're like, oh my god, that was amazing. And here's why. You're just like, it was a good movie. It was good.
Yeah.
It was all around good, but nothing stood out as extraordinary in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the acting was good. Nobody was like, whoa, like award winning. The graphics were fine. I thought the graphics and all that stuff was good.
Yeah.
Nothing stood out there either. I wasn't like, oh man, that looked really fake.
I like the fights.
Yeah, I like the fights too. They were super Dragon Ball Z-ish, which I loved.
Yeah.
Me and Johnny were really excited about that. I was like, we're ready to see some DBZ fights. People going through buildings. Speaking of that, I do understand there was another person who reviewed it and said that they destroyed too many buildings. Like it got really annoying kind of towards the end. There was like, too many buildings getting destroyed, and up until like the last 30 minutes, I was like, dude, I don't know, it's fine. I'm totally fine with the destruction. But then once it was getting towards it was like, okay, stop with the bit. Like every other second, someone was like, boom, 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 getting thrown through like a building, and there was concrete everywhere, just flying.
I
and
honestly,
then
the
another
whole time
guy
that was happening,
thrown.
I was just thinking about, wow, this city is totally demolished.
Yeah, I mean,
like
which would probably happen had that happened.
It was like the Superman, like animated films or whatever. Stuff gets destroyed all the time, but like I feel like I've never seen it in a movie, and that happened. That's what it was like in this movie. It was like, I don't know. I guess in real life, if two superhumans were fighting,
that would happen,
and they didn't care what they were doing. I mean, that would happen.
But it was like,
and it would cost the city like billions of dollars to replace all of the destruction that happened. And so I just kind of thought, oh, that really sucks for the people who live in that city.
Yeah. I don't know. It got to a pinnacle towards the end, and I was like, all right, I could go without seeing another building get destroyed and be okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
It got to be kind of annoying in a way, which it doesn't sound like on paper. That doesn't sound like it would get annoying. You just have to you have to just experience it.
Yes.
I mean, it's like enough is enough kind of already kind of a thing. Like it lost its value. It was cool at first because you're like, wow, they must be hitting each other and flying really fast if they're going through all this stuff. It's like, damn, dude, that's like a hell of a punch and all that stuff. But then after like 45 minutes to an hour of them getting thrown through buildings, it does lose its value. I agree with who said that and the people that are saying that in their reviews. So I totally understand on that. I was like, yeah, that's kind of getting a bit annoying. Other than that, it was awesome. I liked the acting. The fighting was tight. I loved it.
And the soundtrack was cool.
Soundtrack was cool. They did overplay that same tune a lot.
So?
But as soon as I was thinking, man, they're playing that tune a lot, I was like, well, I think it's because they're trying to make that the Superman tune. And they did that with The Dark Knight. They just played that a lot through all the Batman movies. So, I mean, as soon as I
changed it up, because I mean, they didn't use the old tune, the old theme, the old Superman theme in this. I like the soundtrack. I want to buy it.
I liked it. Do you wanna score it right now? You want to talk about anything else? I think we covered most of it. It was a good movie. Go see it. Definitely go see it. I was telling Taya, who also watched it with me, I said, I'm glad we saw that in the theater because I feel like it might lose a little bit of its value if you like wait till DVD. I think it's definitely a theater movie. Definitely see it in a theater movie. Like,
definitely theatered it up.
Theater it up. Theater it, bro. Anyways, and pay full price. Go see it with your friends, family, whatever. I think it's
I don't know if it needs to be seen in 3D though.
No, don't see it in 3D.
It is a 3D movie.
Don't see it in 3D. IMAX might be kind of cool, but
is
not
IMAX?
necessity.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure somewhere it's in IMAX.
I'm sure somewhere it's in IMAX.
Go see it. Bring your family. I think it'll be most audiences will like it. I don't think it's like not for anyone. I don't think it's not for anyone unless you really hate superhero movies, then don't go see it.
Superman.
So I'll give it four red capes out of 5.
4 red capes.
Same?
Go see it in theaters. I don't like giving things numbers.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give it a number. Four capes. It wasn't a perfect movie, but it was definitely a good movie. So go see it.
All right.
Like, subscribe. Toodles. Drink some coffee.
Have
Stay tuned,
fun.
guys.
All right. Cool.